Good morning, everybody. It's September 23rd, and welcome to the Earth Honoring Altar Apprenticeship Info Session. Woo! Okay. Somebody just emailed me meeting link for apprenticeship. I think this is H, and I don't know why they always um info me. So
I
uh
got her.
you got it. Thanks. Okay. Thanks, ladies. And Michelle and Lisa are here to help you guys with info stuff and all that other stuff. Um, okay, Moira, you want to just, you know, say who you are instead of me giving you,
It's they
yeah,
know who you are.
they know who I am. Yes.
Hi, y'all. So my name is Moira. I'm here in Chicago, where Elias hails from. I'm a body worker specializing in abdominal massage and integrative healing, a lot of energy work, spiritual coaching, kind of a nice little mixed bag of stuff. I've been doing it for about 4 years now. Yeah, and Elias have kind of pulled me into this realm, which I'm very, very grateful for, many, many years ago. And it's been life-changing. I'll say that for myself, that being stepping on the shamanic path has guided me so much in my spiritual growth, but also in my work, in my practice. So I don't know where I'd be without it. And I love having the opportunity to share it, to share the magic of it, to share the fun of it, to share the healing of it. Because it's a really healing, conscious journey. And I love that. I get geeked out about it. So I'm excited to play and see what we can create together. Dog paws. Cats are much quieter.
The cats are much quieter, but of course, Willow wants to let us all know that John has walked down the stairs. So not that he doesn't live here forever. So I just don't understand. Um,
Done.
so here's something that I want to ask for. Actually, both of us wanted to ask. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna tell you a little bit about the program, and then a lot of this is Q&A. Okay, we are going to have another info session that we'll get a little bit deeper into once we get more of the details with. But I want to just say, for me, this program, when I took it, changed my life. It really did. I always believed in all the stuff that was out there, but I didn't have a tangible way of understanding what this, we called it a mesa, which is a medicine cloth. But the way that Moira and I have changed the program a little bit is we're able to do this medicine wheel according to what vibrates to you. We learned it with a Peruvian based. And just because you take this program, let me be really clear, this doesn't make you shamans. It does not make you shamans. You're not like going to put a little plaque up, even with glitter, that says, I am a shaman, right? We have a person that we both know and that Moira has done work with. His name is Mateo. He has studied with the shaman how long?
I think since he was 19 and he's 46 now.
He never calls himself a shaman, never, ever. He's a keeper of this work and a practitioner. That's all he is. He's a shamanic practitioner. Never calls him a shaman. So when people are like, oh, I'm a shaman, it bothers the shit out of me. I'm just going to tell you that. It really does. So I want you guys to know that this is, think of like, how many of you are Catholic or you're recovering Catholics? Okay, great. So think about the rosary beads. This little, if you guys can see it, let me move my chair. In back there, that is a cloth that has all different kinds of tangible things that you have blown energy to or have set an intention to. And that's going to show you what you are needing in your life or giving you some ideas for your life. It's you're setting an intention into this cloth. And each weekend that we work according to the elements: earth, water, air, and fire. And each has different experiential exercises that you're going to learn about self and others. And it's not just like, oh, we're going away 4 times in a year and you come back. You're going to be connected. You're going to be talking to people in your group. There'll be homework. There'll be things that you'll be learning. And we haven't really decided this, but we might do a check-in via Zoom, in between some of the weekends, and just, connect differently. So it is really, really, really an amazing program. This is our third program that we'll be doing, and it will be in Iowa. And it's a really great little place. We're limiting this so it is more intimate. So, Moira, what was the number that we came up with?
12 max.
12 max. So no more than 12. Okay. So if you could do us a favor, just tell us your first name and tell us why you are interested in this program. Make it short and brief so we can get more into the stuff. I'm going to start this way. Yolanda, you want to unmute yourself and just tell us a little bit about why you were interested in this program? And if you can't, you can put it in the chat. Or maybe you're working and you're listening. Okay. All right. So I think Yolanda's busy. Amanda Weed.
Didn't mean to do that. I have shut down or had my spiritual side shut down when I was a child, and I'm just wanting to open that back up again.
Okay. Awesome. And I know that you're coming on the retreat coming up, so that's going to be awesome too. Jamie.
Thank you for the assist. I feel like it's a natural progression to what I've already been doing the last 2 years in my spiritual journey, and then continuing to learn from you, but also incorporating that into Spirit Camp for Kids. We do the invocation every morning to the different directions and elements. So I feel like this would just deepen that knowledge and be able to bring that to the kids.
I think that's a smart move. So Moira, Jamie just did a teacher training program for Spiritual Camp for Kids. And it's amazing. They're 6 to 12, right? Ages 6 to 12. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
She just did 2-week training. So pretty cool. Pretty cool.
One of the groups that I used to study with does a kids group. They call it Kids Stargate out in California, and amazing kids. So nice work.
Awesome.
Love that.
Alexis. Yes, Lisa.
Yolanda responded in the chat.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's Alexis, hold that thought. And I want to expand my spirituality and love to learn. Love it. Thank you. Alexis, where'd you go?
I'm here. Hi. I recently started my spiritual journey. I'm starting it to work on myself and, discover myself. So for me, it's just gaining knowledge. I'm trying to absorb all the knowledge I can in all of the areas right now.
Love it. Great. H, are you able to chat while you're driving?
I am. I was just going to pick up a delivery. So hello, everybody. I would say, well, my name's H. I would say it's been a pretty amazing year of growth, to put it mildly. And I want to continue that journey of growing and connecting. So words escape me at the moment, but this is resonating with me. Might be a good way to put it.
Awesome. 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 Thank you. Amy. Hello, my dear.
Hi, my name's Amy. I'm basically for the wisdom, the knowledge. I'm very drawn to the elements. That's about it.
I love it. Short and sweet and to the point. Thank you. Good, good, good.
You're
Sister
welcome.
Diane.
I have no idea what to say. I just I felt as soon as I read it, I just felt called to that, and I just am curious about it, wanted to know more and maybe learn how to practice in a more tangible way. I think that would really help me.
Love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Beth Rogers.
Pardon if I have any barking going on.
My word.
This has been presented to me along with my spiritual journey, and I'm wanting to learn more about it.
Love it. And
Oh,
Beth,
and I'm bad.
and
I
Beth,
do everything backwards.
it's all good. And Beth
I
just
told my husband, could you go get me a horn cream? Cream horn. Oh, I mean, I do. It's later. You'll learn as you get to know me. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're good. Beth just came back from doing the retreat in Oregon, so she made a drum and everything. So super cool.
Right on.
Yes. Stacy, are you with us?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been feeling very disconnected from everything lately, and I absolutely love being in and around the elements. And I thought this was a good way to get back to connecting. And yeah, that's about it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. And are you on a phone or are you on a computer?
I'm on a computer, but I'm thinking I should maybe switch to my phone.
Whichever you want to do. If you look, Danielle says you can email her.
Okay.
There's a video button on here, and don't ask me because y'all know that I'll press the button if you don't want to ask me. You could ask probably Wade, because Lisa Randall is talking to Wade and he knows how to do it. So it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. I'm kidding.
I'll get it figured out here.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Carson. What's up?
Hi. I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you.
You sound much better than your icky sickies that you had earlier in the week. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Much better.
Well, I actually took on the spiritual path about 11 years ago, and followed a shamanic path in my waking. And the downfall is that I had some blocks to work on, so it meant that I was doing a lot of solo work. And so I'm pretty much at the point now where I'd like to get together with community and people who talk the way that I think inside, but I don't have a lot of people in my immediate circle where I can bond and grow. And so community and mentorship is really where I'm, and reawakening that which I already know, and just maybe not put that portion into practice yet.
I love that. I love that. And you know, before I went Elias Patras LLC, my my business was called Reawakenings. So
Nice.
Yeah.
And today our numbers are 955, just to put that out there. So we have transformation in change.
Love it.
For our numbers today.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jerry, who is just like absorbing every little piece that she can in this field. What's up, girl?
Hey, so I came to this area because I grew up in the church, which in my world that meant judgment. And so for many, many, many years, until about 2.5 years ago, I didn't believe in spirituality at all. And then had a personal crisis, kind of grew into this part of the world where you can have spirituality and not be about judgment, quite the opposite. And this feels like just a natural progression to all of that. I do believe that eventually I'll be doing something in this arena. Um, and so I'm pulling in everything I can to figure out exactly where my best fit is. And I'm super excited to be here. And I also like what Carson said about being in community. I think that's really important to me.
Recording in progress.
Oh, okay. Recording in progress.
Just a reminder.
Oh, you're okay, Stacy. You're good. You're good. Don't worry, girl. Well, and Jerry brings up a really good point. This is, this work is meant to be done in community.
Absolutely.
Moira?
Yes, absolutely. Everything about this work is about relationship. So you can call it community, but it's really about relationship. So how are we in relationship to each other? How are we in relationship to our loved ones? But also how are we in relationship to the natural world, right? And energy is relationship. So to me, this is a study around relationship and healing through relationship.
So true. So true. So thank you. Where are we? Delora.
My name is Delora. I had no interest in the program until you were talking about the Celtic connection. So then that made more sense to me. So I'm from the Northern Islands. So I want to work on generational repairing and clearing of whatever I'm carrying from that.
Awesome. And that is something really cool because my godson took this program and he had no idea why he was going to take it. And he, coming from a Greek background, he was like, he wanted to heal some generational stuff too. And I'll just say that the stuff that he healed, he has used it to this day. And it's really allowing the relationships in his life to shift. And it's been a beautiful thing to watch. So thanks for bringing that up. Okay, let's see. Okay. And the one with a beautiful name that she hasn't changed yet, because everyone's going to now call her Zeppi or Zeppitella. We're just going to. Come on in. Where's your daughter? Where's Lori? Get her on here.
Talking to Serenity.
Okay.
Yes, you're gonna call me that today when I come?
No, I'll tell you. I might say, hey, what's going on, Zeppi?
It's something that I've always been interested in, and we have a friend that
Tell everybody your name.
Oh, I'm Jean Bentley. I'm not a Zeppitella. Anyway, so it's just something I've always been interested in, and I want to move myself more forward and get more positive and change my name. How do I? Oh, you changed it. Thank you. I just need to move forward is what I need, and I feel this is something that I might be able to use and go forward.
Excellent. Thank you. And then we'll unmute Danielle after 30 seconds because she said she can't talk short. So
Picking on my sister. I see how you are. I got you back.
Of course. Yep. Of course. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what we're here for.
Thanks.
Sure.
So I'm Danielle. Hello. And the reason why I wanted to do this, and like I knew I wanted to do it from the very beginning. One is the connection I have with all the elements, for one, because everybody knows usually if it's nice out, I'm outside. And I do classes outside. I do everything a lot outside. So my connection with nature, the elements and all that, and then it really solidified with the Celtic piece as well. So, as well as the spiritual journey and my natural feeling to be wanting to support others. We'll say that. So that's it. That's all I have.
That was great. And you did it under 25 seconds. Look at you.
See that?
See that? See how that works? See how
improvement.
See how spirit is already working through you.
I could feel Elias saying, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
No, it's all good. It's all good. And someone who also has been on a spiritual journey and just soaking it up like a sponge, Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris from Iowa. I am a retreat addict right now. I love going to all the retreats and learning as much as I possibly can. I am just open and want to keep learning and exploring, and I love nature. I really feel good outside. I love to sit outside and just soak up the sun and be in the water, and so that's about it.
And I have to say that, you know, a lot of the work that we do, because it's elements, is how does nature shift you? And how do you shift with nature? So it is this, the Peruvian people would say this reciprocity, this aini is a Quechuan word, about this flow and what we do for nature, what nature does for us, and how we honor those pieces. Because if you want to say, you know, from our Christian background, if you want to say God's always talking to us, but we're not listening, but how do we become in right relationship with nature? And that's the important piece. Okay, I just want to make sure. I know Lisa and Michelle are here to help, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Anyone else that I missed? Joy?
I'm interested.
Yeah. Yes, Lisa. Pardon. I'm so sorry.
About that. You know,
but also
Myra.
Leticia.
Yeah, Leticia.
Yes, go ahead.
And Regina.
And Regina, I got her. I'm just going through my list over here. So go ahead.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I am interested in the apprenticeship, even though I cannot do it at this moment. And Elias knows why. Only child and only parent living and sick. So I have that. But I want to continue to share. I've always had this since I was little, shut it off. But Celtic background, I love nature, animals. That's where I'm most at peace. Been on several retreats, learned a lot, and I want to deepen the spirit and the learning of everything. I just want to absorb it and learn. And the community, like someone had said, I can actually talk to people that understand instead of going, oh, you're weird, you know, or my daughter is getting into, she's having visions. I want to help her learn. So there's just a lot, but this really interests me, and I love everybody that in this community.
Thank you. Who would like to go next, since my phone just went off and I have to go back on again? Go ahead. Regina, go ahead. There we go.
Hi, I'm Regina, and I am just learning a whole bunch of stuff, different types of stuff. So I'm thinking about like using the shamanic way as another tool in my tool belt. You know, I'm just all about growing and improving my spirituality as well. So
I love that. Thank you. Thank you. And you are just, also, I mean, I have to say that there's a huge shift in you since the last retreat. I mean, I think it's really, really important. Lisa and Michelle, Jacqueline Doler will be emailing about the next thing that's coming up in 35 minutes. I'm just telling her to email you guys. Okay, Sheila.
I was gonna say other things, but right now I'll say so. Elias quits forgetting about me. I'll put him up in the face. The Celtic, because on both sides of my family there is roots there, and I always feel better if I'm bummed or whatever if I get myself out in nature, for the community and all of that connection to go forth with what I have started in my journey.
Well said, my dear. Very well said. You're lucky I didn't mute you. I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding. Sheila knows that we have this little playful, much younger sister and brother relationship. Yes, it's Sassy Saturday. Continued. Okay, where are we? Leticia, back from the jungles of Ecuador. Go ahead.
Now in my library.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for me, I feel as this is like the natural progression of where I want to move towards through my journey, because I have gone through a lot and I've experienced a lot, and I just feel that being in this community and learning more and connecting more with nature will just help me just develop my gifts more and be more who I am.
Agreed. And I have to tell you guys, many of us, I did this program right after my mom died. And in the trance dance, those of you that have been on a retreat know what that is. In a trance dance where you're blindfolded and you're listening to music and you're going to a journey, I was scared crapless, so I put myself at the back end of the room, and I smelled somebody coming by me, like I almost smelled my mom's perfume while I was being blindfolded, which, whatever. One of the assistants walked by, right? Then the facilitator, who also was Moira's teacher, Susan Lipschitz, she said something about now, a beautiful angel is wrapping their wings around you. And my mom always used to kiss me on my cheek, but on my cheekbone up here. You never forget your mom's kiss. And I felt it in that moment. I whipped off my blindfold. Nobody was around me. And if I can give that moment to someone, not give them, but give them the opportunity to be open to something as earth-shattering and as heart-warming as that, even if it's just an aha moment, it doesn't have to be a kiss from your loved one. But, and I'm speaking for Moira as well, that's the gift of this work. That is the gift of this work. So, okay, we'll quickly move along. Joy, anything? Dale, who else? And I know some of you are just on to support, so thank you. Okay. The aha is the magic on the path. You got that right. So true. So true. Okay. Moira, what would you like to share about the program?
Ooh.
What has it done for you?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, it's been life-changing. I mean, my work is this work. My service is this work. What I'm really feeling called to share is I want to be really clear. Part of this work is learning about energy and being in good relationship and right relationship with the energy of whatever is presenting itself at the moment. And Elias and I have learned these ways. Our teachings are from the Peruvian tradition, as he has said. And there are so many amazing Aboriginal traditions that are still alive and thriving, and some not thriving so well, unfortunately, but all of this work comes from those people, right? And those people have been everywhere in the world. And, I'm a big believer that we all have a seed of Aboriginal inside of us, and Aboriginal not necessarily meaning most people attribute that to like New Zealand, but I just mean First Nations people, right? They have maintained their relationship to nature, and colonialism has created separation from those original ideas. And so my hope with this program is not that we are teaching Peruvian ways, because we're not Peruvian, but we can bring some of this wisdom and this way of being in relationship to the world, to and to ourselves in a way that we've lost, right? We've all kind of lost that. Most of us, I think, all the religion people who've said, even if you weren't raised in religion, right? There's been this idea of separation, of not being good enough, of not being enough of anything, right? And needing to do it alone and be independent. I love being independent. And one of the things that I love about this work is it is about being in relationship with people and with the world, and about not just in relationship, but learning how to be in right relationship. And what I hope to bring is that idea of using your vessel, your body, as a way to understand what that feels like when you're in right relationship and when you're not in right relationship. Our body is its own altar, in my opinion, as a body worker, right? So being able to use this tool as a way to decipher and feel when things are out of alignment energetically and when things are in alignment energetically, right? And part of the way we get to know this field, this beautiful tool of our body, that we're going to be using is this exterior projection of an altar, right? So everything that we're doing with our altar and working with all the elements, it's really about working what is inside of us. So yes, this is about connecting to and being in relationship to that which is outside of us, but through that, connecting to and being in relationship to all those pieces of ourself inside of us, being in right relationship within ourselves, being able to find your truth, right? Being able to like be in your truth and sit in your truth and walk in the world, walk on the earth in a right way, in truth, in alignment, in good energy. Yeah, so that's what I'm called to share.
And really, guys, this program, as Maya was saying, relationship is we're in relationship every day with everybody and everything, even the things that don't have a name, even the things that, this rock, you're in relationship with a rock. I know that sounds crazy, but you are, depending on what you breathe into the rock and what you call that rock, right? So here's a little bit about the structure of this program. I'm just gonna do this so everybody can see. So hang on one second. Y'all know I hate the spotlight thing. Okay, well, good. So here's, can everybody see this? Okay, so here's the mesa. Each direction, now mine is set up Peruvian based. So there's earth, there's water, there's air, and there's fire. Okay. Now each piece means something in this altar. Okay. And here's like the condor feather, where we use that for smudging, and a bunch of other stuff. Okay. Each weekend, we're going to have a different aspect of that. So let's just say the first weekend is Earth. And the first weekend that is Earth is going to be focusing on what is Earth all about. So for example, talking about grounding, how the Earth, it's our structure, it's Mother Earth. So we're going to talk about all those different aspects that Earth gives us. And we have different exercises that take you into grounding that piece. And then each weekend you will have something on your altar that, let's say that you choose a rock. Let's just say you choose a rock. That weekend, that will be your foundational piece for that weekend. And it will always be that earth piece in your altar. It is, I don't know, what do we call it? A stabilizer? What do we call it, Moira? I forgot.
Sorry, I was reading the post that just came up. What was your question?
What is that ground? It's the grounding piece of that element.
It's the grounding piece of the element.
Right. What's that called? Do we call it like a stabilized anchor? Thanks, Delora.
Oh, okay.
Woo! Welcome to post-COVID brain. Anchor. Good answer. Good answer. Yes, you have the anchor
on the spot.
That is there for each weekend. We move on to water. Water is all about emotion. Water is all about feminine. Water is all about, Moira does a wonderful, beautiful exercises in dancing with the shadow side of self. So there is different pieces that each weekend is going to give you. And then you're going to have, let's say you use an anchor item as a shell. You decide to use a shell. So now you've got a stone and a shell. And now you're blowing energy into these pieces that when you want to learn something more about your emotions, or you want to learn something more that has to deal with water, you might be called to hold that shell, and you're in meditation, you're going to get information. Or maybe you might want to sleep with your shell. Maybe it's on your nightstand. You're going to get information from each piece. So each weekend's going to take you into these different elements, and you will see how this grows. You might have other things that go onto your cloth that isn't an anchor item, but it is a piece that you're working with, and we can talk about all that kind of stuff. Does that give you a little bit of an idea of how this structure is going to work?
And I want to, because I'm noticing in the comments, right, there are a lot of people who are, if I can read this, as I've been tuning in more and learning to trust my intuition and be more me, I am sometimes a bit afraid of the power / responsibility that comes with it. So a lot of people are posting in that. That is the aspect of knowing energy, getting clear with the energy. The clearer you are in yourself with the energy and your relationship to the energy that's showing up in the moment, the easier it is to stand in your power. The easier it is to accept that responsibility, because you know that you're standing up in responsibility, right? So again, it's this like self-discovery piece. The more we discover about ourselves, the more we know about ourselves, the more we can stand up for ourselves, the more we can stand up for others, the more we can not take on, but the more we can stand up in our own power and know that we are using and wielding our power in a really good way. And then it's easier to do, right? It's less of a like burden, right? And you don't have to be so afraid of it. Does that make sense?
Good. And here's the beauty of that too, is you're understanding the balance of each direction or each element with you. And I have to tell you, doing this work and getting deeper into the teachings, and Moira and I sit down several weeks prior to the weekend, and we're like, this is what we did from the last apprenticeship program. Is there something that we need to add in that's a little bit different, or a little bit switch this up? Because it's based on your energy. It truly is. Just like the retreats, it's based on your energy. I learned so much more about what I wanted and how I was in relationship with my ex-husband. And it really cleared up some things. And it also showed me how and what I wanted and what I deserved. And that was always, the water and air always gave me a lot of information, but I never really connected with fire. And fire is the one that actually allows the transmutation, the transformation for things to shift. And I was like, I was always afraid of change. And that's why I didn't really connect with fire. Everyone's like, during the retreats back in the day, I'm like, now you can set up the fire. You can do the fire. Now you do the fire. I don't want anything to do with the fire. I was like, no, hi, nice fire. Okay, thanks. Shake a rattle, let's go. But I need more than that, Moira. But it was really interesting to be able to see transformation. And because I was afraid of change and I embraced it, once I embraced that energy of fire, things shifted. Because I was afraid I was going to get burned.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a fascinating way of looking. So let's go questions that you guys have. Yolanda, it's so good to see you. Look at her sitting outside, doing her wave. All is good. Yes. Thank you. I am all fire. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You should saw her in Ecuador when she was by the fire. Her hair raised up and she looked like fire starter. It was great. Yeah. Questions that you guys may have. That resonates with you. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't call on me. I
No,
forgot my hand. How much is in person? Is it all online, or how much is going to be in person? And did I miss?
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Moira.
All 4 retreats are in person. And then between retreats,
weekends.
What did I say?
Retreats.
Weekends.
Yeah.
Isn't it not a retreat? Okay.
But
Okay. Between our weekends, we'll do some Zoom connections to make sure we're all still connecting.
Yeah, and each week, and here's the thing, Moira can talk a little bit more about the financial piece, but we are doing payment options, correct?
Yeah. We still have to figure out the details of it, but we always offer payment plans, so you could do like a pay once a month kind of thing, or if you want to pay the whole lump sum or pay each retreat as we go along. But it is a commitment to all 4 retreats, even if you cannot attend all 4 retreats. This is committing to not just, it's a commitment to pay, but it's a commitment to showing up and being present for each of your fellow cohorts people. Because you're committing to be in relationship with these people, right? And so God forbid you don't show up and trigger somebody's abandonment issues, which then we'll address because that's the energy that shows up. So it's all good. But you are committing. This is a commitment to others and a commitment to yourself and a commitment to Elias and I.
And Regina asked, what's the retreat place called? It is called Terra Muse. It's the same place where the retreats are going to be in September, October, November. So that's where we're going. It's very quaint. It's very cute. Chris, Jerry, Lisa, Leticia, they've all been there. And it's in Iowa. Let me say that again, Iowa. I just like saying it like that. It's in Iowa, and it's in Mechanicsville, Iowa, which is, what is it, Chris? It's like how many, it's like less than an hour away from the Quad Cities, right?
It's close to Cedar Rapids. That's the airport.
Yeah, you can fly into Cedar Rapids, or you can also fly into Des Moines, Des Moines, Iowa. One of my students like, oh, I went to Des Moines, Iowa this weekend. I'm like, oh, is that near Detroit, Michigan? Yes. It's near what is it from Des Moines, Iowa, people? How far is it from Des Moines?
I'm guessing an hour and a half.
Yeah, so you can drive in. The problem with, we'll figure out all, like in our next call, we'll have more about the exact pricing. The food, the lodging is included, and we'll have more information about that. There are 6 single rooms, and there are 3 double rooms, meaning that they're 2 twin beds. The showers are really nice. I mean, and we've been in some places that, yeah, no. It's like, I'd rather do the whore bath or the farmer's bath instead of doing the shower. Yeah, I knew that you would appreciate that. It's just really good. You can carpool. I mean, once we have everybody together, we can figure out, just like on the retreat weekends, where you're coming from, what you're doing, whatever. We're guesstimating. So here's the, full transparency here. I am trying to have her give us a little bit of a break, since I am doing 3 retreats there, plus we're doing 4 weekends. So we're hoping that she'll give us a little bit of a discount. We're hoping that she's giving us a little bit of a discount, okay? Because of the amount of time and the amount of work that Moira and I put into this, it is going to be a little bit more than the traditional retreats, okay? So our retreats usually are, the last one was $747 if you got into the early bird, and $847 if you didn't get the early bird registration. So it's not going to be over $1,000, guys, for each weekend. I will tell you that much. Do we know what we said we were thinking about ballpark?
You're asking my memory to actually remember something, so no, I don't remember numbers.
It's going to be under 1,000. Okay.
Yes, that for sure. Yeah.
And it's funny, and I'll just tell you this: a 6-month program with Lisa Williams, which is mostly online, and then 4 days in person with her, it's $20,000. So to ask for under 4,000, plus all the tools that you're going to get, plus food and lodging, and she didn't include food and lodging when you're there for 4 days. So I'm just trying to give you some things. When we went to Skamania, and it was beautiful. Michelle was there, Leticia was there, Jerry and Chris were there. That was approximately $2,500, not including, it was including the meal, and it wasn't including lodging. So that's just 4 days. So we're trying to do our best to make it reasonable for everybody. And you know, we'll have more info probably by October, when Moira and I sit down with Carrie and talk about it. But I'm really crossing my fingers that she's going to give us a little bit of a break. Okay. So other questions?
Yeah, any questions? What do you guys want to know? Anything percolating?
Oh, I got all sorts of stuff growing.
Well, good. That's good. That's good. How many of you, let's put it this way, how many of you are more intrigued than you were when you first said, oh, I like the writing on this? Moira did a great job writing the info. Good. Excellent. Okay. I see a lot of you nodding your heads. Okay. Yes, Chris.
I was wondering, like you talked about a shell and a rock and things, are those things we bring to the retreat or things that we are finding on the grounds?
Both.
Both?
Both. You know, you might say, well, Shaka Khan, I didn't find a feather. And feather just is gifted to you. Or Dolores like, I have a whole bag of feathers. And snow globes for everyone. You know, yes. So you know, it all depends. It all depends. It is a combination. Wouldn't you say, Moira? I mean, we found that, you know.
Totally. Yeah. Some things I would bring because they were gifted to me and they had a little extra meaning because of their being gifted to me. And sometimes, you know, I was on a walk and something said, take me. So yeah, it's a little bit of everything.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks, Chris. Delora?
Estimated start date.
Ooh, good one.
We're kind of, it depends on how many people we can get to come. We're hoping to do it all within 2024. Somebody had asked like how far apart are the weekends?
Yep.
And typically what we do is we have one weekend like either every other month or every second month so that we can all fit it within. My ideal is to not have it be within the wintry months of Iowa since I'll be driving there. So I don't want to drive into in any snowstorms. So that's our goal. So it'll probably be like maybe like every 2 months or so ish.
And we will talk to her about, like, I'm gonna always be there the day before. I will always be there the day before because God forbid with me flying from Washington into Iowa, you never know what's going to happen. So I always want to be there the day before. I will tell you that she charges $60, food not included, but she's going to do she might be doing something special for us. She might be like having like she might include, or we pay a little extra. She might make like a pan of lasagna for Thursday. Family style something. Yeah. So, but it is $60 if you're going to stay on your own. So you could also stay Sunday night if your plane leaves Monday or whatever it is, but that's something that you're going to have to do. And I will say this, you might want to consider taking Monday off after an apprenticeship weekend. Okay. It's just, it behooves you. I like to use that word whenever I can. It behooves you to do that. Okay.
Yeah, they're usually Friday. We usually start around 3 or 4 and then go till Sunday 2-ish. Ish.
Everything's ish. Yeah. Danielle?
How soon can we start paying for it?
No, not until I get myself organized. I'm
just thinking the farther out spread out the payments are, the less it would be.
Yeah. To me, as soon as I get I need to sit down with all the numbers and everything and get the list of how many people. So once I get all of that and we start getting settled, then then we can start payments whenever you want.
We'll have more information, guys, by November. Once Moira and I sit down, after the November retreat, because we've got one back to back, obviously. We'll sit down in October, November, and we'll have something. Maybe we'll do something. I know the holidays are crazy, but maybe we'll do an info session first of the year, or what we can do is the moment that we have stuff, Moira, the moment that we have the info, we can send it out to them. And then we can have an info session to talk about it and to get more detailed than we are right now. Okay. Danielle says I need it out of my hands.
Start saving now.
I get it. Anybody else? Go ahead.
I had a quick question. I'm not familiar with Peruvian. So my history with shamanic studies comes from the Native American, as well as I would say Celtic pagan, not necessarily shamanic study. And so I was just curious if you could kind of tell me what might be different about Peruvian, if you know the difference between what that would be versus maybe the Native American traditions.
So I'd love to take this only because this has been, I was like, we're on the same wavelength.
Good.
Like,
I'm glad.
Wanted to talk about this. So good. So we are not teaching this is our commitment, is that we want this to not be about a particular tradition, about projecting any particular tradition. Plus, we are not sanctioned teachers of any tradition. Want to honor that, be really clear about that.
Yeah.
This is about bringing this tradition and the opportunity to work with an altar, which is very global, right? All places have, but this is what we are encouraging, is because a lot of people mention Celtic. And part of what we're encouraging is for you personally to cultivate a relationship with a particular tradition. That means you do your own research, but in our work together, we're calling on those ancestors, we're calling on those ancient ones to help you, like whatever your tradition is, who you are called on. It could be something that's in your blood. Like I'm very Irish, so I definitely get pulled into the Celtic, but my teaching is this Peruvian and Native American. So I pull from all, and I have my own little advisors, right? So this is about you cultivating that relationship to the other side in whatever tradition resonates for you. So that's why we're keeping it really about the elements, so that you yourself can be able to mature that relationship with whatever tradition it is that you resonate with. Does that make sense?
Moira, that's so perfect, in line with what I have been looking for, because of the fact that I've been such a seeker for 11 years, that wanting to make sure that I have Egyptian stuff, I have pagan stuff, I have Celtic stuff, I have shamanic stuff, I have all of these varying things, and I see personal religion, for lack of another term, to be as individual as each person that's on this call. And so however you implement that within your world is how to form that for yourself. I'm a believer that shamanic isn't a religion, it's a practice and a study, and a way that you could pull in other religious aspects into shamanic studies. And if you're calling God, or you're calling spirit, or you're calling source, whatever your word, you can bring in your other religious doctrines, if so speak, and use it as, like Regina said, another tool in my tool belt. So thank you for that. I appreciate that, because that's exactly what I've been looking for. So thank you.
And we wanted to make this program where it's structured, but it's not like structured what we learned. We're taking stuff and we're using things, and we're really focusing on the element. We might reference to, this is what we learned in this practice. I would say in our last apprenticeship program, We had people setting it up all different ways. We have our earth in the south. In a Celtic tradition, earth might be in the west. It might be, you know, where we would have, so you get to decide where your element goes. Okay, but we're set up Peruvian based because that's what we were taught. But I have a lot of stuff like Greek stuff in there, because that's my heritage and I understand that. Okay. Moira, I can do one or two things. I can opt out because I have a thing that starts started a couple minutes ago. Yeah, it's called Message from Above. It was because I was sick, I had to postpone it. And I'm like, oh, we'll only talk for about 45 minutes or an hour, but I should know me and I should know, you know, what we do. So
always added that extra half an hour, Elias.
Yes, we always do. Being in Iowa, I will help if need with transportation. You're awesome, Joy.
Oh, awesome, Joy.
H has to go back to work. Okay. So guys, you can hang on with Moira, or we'll just if you are interested, please email. You can email Moira at
ms@moirascullion.com. I will type it.
Or you can email info@eliascrafters.com, and Michelle and Lisa will say thank you. And then we have a list of who to, you know, and if you're still on the fence, you're still on the fence. Still, you know, just say, hey, I'm still on the fence, but I'd still like more information. Okay.
We're gonna let Elias drop off, and anybody else that needs to drop off, we're gonna take a minute and let everybody drop off. Thank you. And if anybody has still questions, then I will stay on for more questions.
I'm making you the host.
Okay.
So I can leave. Okay.
Okay.
Love you guys. Thank you so much. See you soon.
Adios.
Adios. I'm leaving. Okay, there we go.
Eventually.